Oh, all righty. Let's come into our seated position. And remember, especially when we're first coming into our practice in the morning, there's a set of warm-ups that I do that I don't always show you. So I don't always come stone cold to the mat. And so I also don't expect you to. So even when you come to the seated position, you may want to have a little something underneath your butt or between your thighs or whatever, okay, so that you're comfortable. Once you're in position, let's bring our hands, palms up into Chin Mudra, close the eyes, and then really give yourself time to sink into this position, meaning just allow yourself to relax from the toes to the sole of the feet to the ankle. Feel the pressure of the foot and the ankle on the mat. As you exhale, do your best to relax the inner thighs and the hips, allowing the knees simply to fall open, whatever's natural for you. Just observe the points of contact between your feet, shins, and then from the knee to the thigh, to the butt bone, the sits bones on the mat. You're just observing. As you exhale again with intention, think about sinking those sits bones, opening up the hips right into the mat. Bring your attention to your belly and don't worry if your belly is sticking out. Just soft breath here. No tension in the abdomen. And let's bring that awareness of relaxation in the abdomen up through the rib cage to the shoulders. Don't worry if your shoulders are a little bit rounded right now. Just relax and let them sink down. So we're thinking about sinking the shoulders down into the ribs down into the belly down into the pelvis and hips, and then all the way to the sits bones to the mat. Elbows are heavy, arms resting on the knees or the thighs. Hands are relaxed. Fingers are slightly curled in for most of us when we're in a relaxed position. And bringing your attention to the closed eyes, the eyes behind the eyelids, doing our best to just relax. And if you find your eyes wandering, just bring a mental focus to the space between your eyebrows. You don't have to bring your eyes there, but just a mental focus, and that will help still the eyeballs. Tongue is touching the roof of the mouth. Lips are soft. Jaw is soft. Teeth are not touching. And let's hold here. All together, inhale, bring the hands to heart center. Equal weight on right and left. Thumb slightly touching between the chest area, right at the heart center. Elbows down. Shoulders sinking. Sharing the pranava 3 times. Take a breath in. Om. 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 Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Allow yourself to come back to that feeling of stillness. And then as you exhale, release the posture and open the eyes. Let's come to all fours. I find that coming into tabletop and doing cat and dog, it's really a wonderful way to warm up. The wrists, hands on, ankles, feet, knees. So we're all in position. Let's begin. Look, inhale, look up, drop the stomach. And exhale, bring the hip in, round the back, tuck the chin. Inhale again. So on your own count, each do 4 more. Really mindfully. Going slow enough so that you can feel that undulation of the spine, opening and closing of the hip, feeling that firm foundation in the shoulders to the hands as you move the spine and head around that foundation. And as you finish, come back to the neutral tabletop and then exhale to child's pose. Again, this is where a block is really nice. So if you're not yet able to bring your buttock to the heels, it's nice to have a block underneath there, or maybe a block underneath your forehead. And for some of you who have really open shoulders, you can always put the block underneath your hands and really open up that shoulder girdle. It's important to have your forehead touching something. If you can, it's important to have your heels against the buttocks because those are all energy points in yoga. And when we touch these energy points, we're beginning to open that flow of energy sorry, I'm rambling, and get rid of any blockages of energy so that we can flow easier. Okay, from here, since you already have your forearms on the floor, let's inhale and come up to neutral tabletop, but on our elbows, our forearms. And then step back to a dolphin plank. Now here in dolphin plank, remember the heels are pushing behind us. At the same time, we have the nice energy right in the middle of our body by the pelvis and stomach, drawing that in for stability. Keep pushing through the shoulders. And you're looking right in between your hands or just below your thumbs. Let's hold here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming into a dolphin. As you exhale, lift the hips up. And then walk the feet forward as needed. Look back towards your feet. And then probably in between your knees or thighs. Think about pushing those sits bones up. Relaxing the neck. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Change your gaze, look towards your hands, and step back to that dolphin plank. Switching that energy point right to the core. And then exhale, bring both knees down and child's pose once more. You can choose if you want your knees together or apart. From here, coming onto your hands into a neutral tabletop. Widen your knees, hip width apart if they're not already there, and let's do thread the needle with the right hand. Inhale, lift the right arm up, and exhale, thread the needle. Let's hold here for a slow count of 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. To come out, if you inhale, come right back up to your neutral tabletop. This time on the left side, inhale the left arm up. And as you exhale, thread it through. Hold here. So by engaging the major joints, by having a few twists like this, it's a really nice warm-up before we begin our sun salutation. Hold here, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, let's come back up to neutral tabletop. Curl the toes under, and let's come into a nice low squat. So push back, come into your low squat, round the back, tuck the chin, extend the arms in front. Hold here. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then we've done this before. Release your hands, put them on the mat if you're coming into a downward facing dog. Slide your hands forward as you lift the hips, lengthen the legs, and you end up in a nice facing dog. Nice and easy. If you want to bend your knees, go ahead. We're just lengthening the back here and warming up some of those foundational limbs in the feet and wrists and ankles. Let's stay here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And lastly, exhale, bring the knees down. And for your last child pose, remember, child's pose isn't just about relaxation. It's about opening up those energetic channels in the points that are touching the mat. Coming into Vajrasana, lift the head, look at your hands, see if you can lengthen the back a little bit more, and then drag the hands back and sit up on your heels. From here, let's stand up on our knees. As you inhale, let's bring the right foot in front. Come up onto the toes of the left foot and just stand up and step the left foot forward into Tadasana. Find your Tadasana. Let's begin our sun salutation. You're in Tadasana, close the eyes, find that stability first. Same thing as a seated position, you want to sink into the mat, even as you're extending the spine up through the crown of the head. It's a place of relaxation. Gently open the eyes, open the palms, inhale the arms up. At the top, drop the shoulders, drop the head, and look at the thumbs. Stay here. If you find that you've let the rib cage come forward and your back, you arch, gently bring that pelvis down and in. Observe the alignment of your toes to knees to hips. And then in your exhale, bring those hands down evenly right to your heart center. Soft gaze ahead. Inhale, sit in chairs, extend arms up. Soft gaze in front right now. Once you settle in, you can look at the tip of your nose or just beyond the tip of your nose. Exhale, forward fold, nice and easy. First one of the day, you can keep your knees bent. What I like to do, the first one that I do is keep my belly and chest on my knees if I can. Hands on the floor, and then I like to tuck the chin a bit. So I'm looking behind me and at the tip of my nose. Then I rock back and forth to make sure that my hips are over my heels. I find that point of balance and alignment. As I exhale, I slowly straighten the knees without losing that softness in the back. At the point that you feel there's tension in the back, that's where you want to stop and just hold yourself there for a little bit until you feel that release. So let's do that again. Bend your knees. Belly and chest are resting on your knees as best you can. Hands are on the mat or perhaps on a block. As you exhale, slowly straighten those knees, trying to keep the back relaxed as you come into it. Good. From here, inhale into half back. Draw those shoulders behind you. Lengthen that back. Exhale, walk back into your plank. Hold here. Usually we go right into knees, chest, chin. Let's just hold the plank. On your next exhale, knees, chest, chin, or puppy dog. Again, puppy dog is nice in the beginning to open up the shoulders and find that nice curve in the back. As you inhale, release down, rise up into the baby cobra. Drishti is on the face between your eyebrows. Switch the gaze, the tip of the nose as you inhale up to plank. And then exhale to downward facing dog. Drishti is on the navel. Hold here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch the gaze so that you're looking in between your hands. Inhale, walk forward, right to that half back. And then exhale, forward fold. Drishti on the tip of your nose. And the knee, lift the head. Lengthen the back, extend the arms. Looking at your thumb. Inhale, keep looking at your thumbs as you come all the way up. And then exhale, release, soft gaze in front. Repeating, open the palms. Inhale up. At the top, drop the head, look at your thumbs. Exhale to your heart, soft gaze in front. Inhale, sit in chair, extend arms. As you come into the position, looking at the tip of your nose. Exhale, forward fold. Looking at the tip of your nose as you come into the full expression. Inhale, look up to half back. You can keep looking at the tip of your nose or bring your gaze a little bit forward in front of you. That helps to lengthen the back. As you exhale, let's step back into plank. Hold this plank. Looking right in between your hands. exhale, knees, chest, chin, or puppy dog. Looking at the space between your eyebrows. Inhale, release down, rise up, baby cobra. Looking between your eyebrows. Hold here for 2. And 1. Switching the gaze between your hands, inhale up to plank. And exhale, downward facing dog. Drishti is on the navel. 4. 3. 2. 1. Switching the gaze, looking in between your hands. Inhale, walk the feet forward. Come into that half back, looking just ahead of you. Exhale to forward fold, looking through the tip of your nose. Bend the knees, lift the head, lengthen the back, extend the arms in front. Looking at your thumbs, keep the gaze there. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, release. Soft gaze in front. Repeating, open palms up and inhale up. At the top, look at your thumbs, drop the head. Exhale to your heart, soft gaze in front. Inhale, chair. Looking at the tip of your nose. Exhale, forward fold. Tip of the nose. Inhale, half back, just slightly in front of you. Exhale, step back, plank. Stay here for 1 more breath. And then as you exhale, knees, chest, chin, or puppy dog. Looking in between your eyebrows. Inhale, release down, rise up. Baby cobra. Looking at the space between the eyebrows for 2. And 1. Switch the gaze, looking down between the hands. Inhale to plank. Exhale to downward facing dog. Drishti on the navel. For 4. 3. 2. And 1. Switching the gaze, looking at your hands. Inhale, walk the feet forward, right into your half back, looking a little bit in front of you. And then exhale, drifting on the tip of the nose as you come into your forward fold. Bend the knees, lift the head, lengthen the back. Extend the arms in front of you. Look at your thumbs. Maintain that gaze. As you inhale, rise up. And exhale, release. 1 more of the half sun salutation. Open the palms. Inhale up. At the top, drop the head, look at the thumbs. Exhale to your heart, soft gaze in front. Inhale, sit in chair. Gaze on the tip of your nose or just beyond. Keep that drishti as you exhale into your forward fold. Inhale, half back, looking slightly in front of you. Exhale, step back into plank. Looking in between your hands, hold here for another breath. And then exhale, puppy dog or knees, chest, chin. Looking in between the eyebrows. Inhale, release down, rise up, baby cobra. Looking between the eyebrows. Watching the breath for 2. And 1. Switch the gaze between your hands. Inhale to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Drishti is on the navel. Let's hold. 4. 3. 2, and 1. Switch the gaze, look in between your hands. Inhale, walk the feet forward, right to that half back, gaze slightly in front of you. And then exhale, tip of the nose, forward fold. Bend the knees, lift the head, lengthen the back. Extend the arms, look at your thumbs, maintain that gaze, and inhale, rise up. And exhale, release. All right, let's do the full sun salutation. Open the palms, inhale up. At the top, drop the shoulders, drop the head, look at the thumbs. Exhale to your heart. Soft gaze in front. Inhale, sit in chair, tip of the nose. Keep that gaze as you exhale to forward fold. Inhale, half back, looking slightly in front. Exhale, step back, plank. Hold here for one more breath. And then exhale, knees, chest, chin, in between the eyebrows. Maintain that gaze as you inhale, release, rise up to cobra. Hold here. 2, and 1. Switch the gaze, inhale to plank, and then exhale to downward facing dog. Drishti is on the navel. Right foot, so you're gonna look at your hands, inhale, bring the right foot forward, left heel down, rise up, right into your warrior one. Now, if you come up, you're looking softly in front of you. Once you feel stable in position, go ahead, drop the head, look at the thumbs. Oops, I lost balance. Looking at her thumbs. Hold here for 2, and 1. Now switch the gaze. As you exhale, look down at your mat, release your hands to the mat, and come right into your plank once more. Hold here for a breath, and then exhale, knees, chest, chin, looking at the eyebrows. Maintain that gaze as you inhale, release down, rise up, cobra. Hold, 2, and 1. Switch the gaze between your hands. Inhale to plank. And exhale, downward facing dog, looking at your navel. Left foot. Switch the gaze to look between your hands. Inhale, step the left foot forward, right heel down, rise up into that warrior one, gaze is in front of you. Feel your balance point, and then drop the head, look at the thumb. Hold here, 2, and 1. Switch the gaze, look at the mat. Exhale, bring the hands down to the mat. Inhale, step into your plank. Let's hold here for another breath. And then exhale, knees, chest, chin, eyebrow. Keep that gaze as you inhale, release down. Rise up, cobra. Hold here. 2, and 1. Switch the gaze between your hands and plank. And exhale, downward facing dog, looking at your navel. Let's hold for 4. 3, 2, and 1. Switch the gaze, look between your hands. Inhale, walk the feet forward, right to a half back, looking a little bit in front of you. And then forward fold, looking at the tip of the nose. This is a chair pose. Same thing, bend the knees, lift the head, lengthen the back, extend the arms at the thumbs, and then inhale right up to a chair. You can look at your thumbs. On your next inhale, rise up. Keep the gaze on the thumbs. And exhale, release. Soft gaze in front. Let's repeat. Open the palms. Inhale up. Drop the shoulders, hands together. Thumbs. Exhale to your heart. Soft gaze in front. Inhale to chair. Tip of the nose. Exhale, forward fold. Tip of the nose. Inhale, half back, gaze slightly in front. Exhale, step back to plank. Look in between your hands. Stay here for another breath. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Looking between the eyebrows. Keep that gaze as you inhale, release down. Rise up, cobra. Hold. For 2. And 1. Switch the gaze. Inhale to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Looking at the navel. Right leg, look at your hands. Inhale, step the right foot forward. Left heel down, rise up, square off. And then exhale, drop the head back, look at the thumbs. Hold here. 2. And 1. Switch the gaze to the mat. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. And inhale to plank. Hold here for another breath. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Eyebrows. Inhale, release down, rise up into cobra. Eyebrows. Hold here. 2. And 1. Inhale to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Looking at your navel. Left foot, switch the gaze, looking at the hands. Inhale, step the left foot forward. Right heel down, rise up. Once you have your balance point, exhale, drop the head, look at the thumbs. Hold here. And 2. And 1. As you exhale, switch the gaze to the mat, hands down on the mat. Inhale, step into plank. Hold here for another breath. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Eyebrow. Inhale, release down, rise up, cobra. Same gaze. Hold here. And 2. And 1. Switch the gaze. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Looking at your navel. For 4. 3. 2. And 1. Switch the gaze, look at your hands. Inhale, walk the feet forward, right into a half back, gaze is slightly ahead of you. Forward fold, gaze on the tip of the nose as you exhale. Chair pose, bend the knees, lift the head, lengthen the back. Extend the arms, look at your thumbs. Inhale, rise up to chair, looking at your thumbs. A little more challenging. And then inhale, rise up. And exhale, release. Again, open palms, inhale up. Drop the shoulders, drop the head, look at the thumbs. Exhale to your heart, soft gaze in front. Inhale to chair, tip of the nose. Keep that gaze as you exhale to your forward fold. Inhale, half back, gaze slightly in front. Exhale, step back to plank, looking in between your hands. Hold here for another breath. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Space between the eyebrows. Hold that gaze as you inhale, release down. Rise up, cobra. For 2. And 1. Switch the gaze, inhale, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog, looking at your navel. Right foot, look at your hand. Inhale, right foot forward, left heel down, rise up. Soft gaze in front. Once you're balanced, as you exhale, drop the head, look at the thumbs. Hold here for 2. And 1. Switching the gaze as you exhale, hands to the mat, looking at the mat. Then inhale, step back to that plank position. Let's hold here for another breath. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Eyebrows, keep that gaze as you inhale, release down, cobra. Hold for 2. And 1. Switch the gaze, inhale, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog, looking at your navel. Left foot, look at your hands. Inhale, step the left foot forward. Right heel down. Rise up. Stabilize. Exhale, look at your thumbs. Hold here. 2. And 1. Switch the gaze as you exhale, hands to mat. Inhale, step back to plank. Stay here for 1 breath. And then exhale, knees, chest, chin. Eyebrows. Keep that gaze as you inhale, release down, rise up, cobra. Hold here for 2. And 1. Switch the gaze, inhale, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog, looking at your navel. For 4. 3. 2. And 1. Looking at your hands, inhale, walk the feet forward, right into your half back, looking slightly in front of you. Exhale, forward fold, tip of the nose. Bend the knees, lift the head, lengthen back. Bend the arms in front, look at your thumbs. Inhale up the chair. Keep the gaze on the thumbs. And then inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, release. Last one, inhale up. Drop head, drop shoulders. Look at your thumbs. Exhale to your heart, soft gaze in front. Inhale, chair, tip of the nose. Exhale, forward fold, tip of the nose. Inhale, half back, slightly in front of you. Exhale, step back to plank. Stay here for another breath. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, space between the eyebrows. Inhale, release down, rise up, cobra. Space between the eyebrows. Hold here for 2. And 1. Switch the gaze. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog, navel. Right leg looking at your hand. Step the right foot forward. Heel down. Rise up. Stabilize. Drop the head. Look at the thumbs. For 2. And 1. Touch the gaze. Exhale. Release the hands to the mat. Inhale. Step into your plank. Hold here for another breath. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, between the eyebrows. Maintain that gaze as you inhale, release down, rise up to cobra. For 2. And 1. Switch the gaze, inhale, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog, navel. Left foot, looking at your hands, inhale, step the left foot forward. Right heel down, rise up. Stabilize. Exhale, look at your thumbs. Hold here. And 1. Switch the gaze, exhale, release the hands to the mat. And come right into your plank. Hold here. On your next exhale, knees, chest, chin. Eyebrows. Inhale, release down, rise up. Cobra. Eyebrows. For 2. And 1. Switch the gaze. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Looking at our navel. For 4. 3. 2. And 1. Looking at your hands, inhale, walk the feet forward. Let's come right to that half back, gaze slightly in front. Exhale, forward fold, tip of the nose. Bend the knees, lift head, lengthen back. Extend arms in front, look at your thumbs, maintain that gaze. Inhale up to chair. And then inhale, rise up. And exhale, release. Hold here, close your eyes. And exhale, release. Let's come on the mat. What I wanted to show you with the block and why I think it's so useful. We're just going to do a forward fold and then fold the back bend with the block. So the key to a seated forward fold, just watch. If you inhale the block up, it gives you just a point of stability to know where you are. And you can see that I'm doing my best to have sits bones, hip, back, shoulder, neck, hands, all in one line. As I inhale, I'm grounding through the sits bones, but then lifting up through the spine. I'm trying to become light, creating space between each vertebrae, just a little bit more, just by intention. As I exhale, I bring the navel in towards the spine. So that gets some of those internal organs out of the way so I can go forward. As you go forward, you also think about bringing the navel back towards the spine and then up the spine to even lift more up. It's an energy intention. You know, I don't think your stomach's really moving around that much, but that just helps create space here in the lower abdomen for you then to extend forward, keep extending. And it's nice to have the block that you kind of know the progress that you're making beyond your feet if you're there. It also helps you keep your shoulders and neck in alignment for as long as you can. Alrighty? So if you have a block, I don't recommend a book because the book is heavy and you don't want to add stress to your shoulders. All right, so we're in position for Paschimottanasana. Okay, I hope you guys can see me. Yep, okay, we're back. Inhale the block up. As you exhale, drop the shoulders, kind of settle in. Inhale again, lift up, rise up, become nice and light. Exhale, bring that navel in. And then at the end of the exhale, come forward. If you need to take a break in between, take another breath in, and then exhale and keep coming forward until you get into position. Then you can either bring the block against your feet, or you can leave the block and bring your hand around your feet. You can grab your big toes or your ankles, and then just relax into this forward fold. Let's hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift the head, take a hold of that block once more. Lift the block up so that you have a nice sight between shoulders, neck, eyes. And then inhale as you rise up, keep pushing that block up towards the sky. So you're extending the spine the whole way. At the top, your head is back looking at the block. Drop the shoulders. Feel that you're in a nice alignment before you exhale and release the pose. This is the technique I like to use when we do the seated postures in this series. I'd like to use the block to help me maintain that alignment. Now, a nice counter pose, of course, is a back bend, and we can use the block there too. So lay down on your back, and let's put the block underneath our sacrum. So this is the supported back bend. So my knees are bent, feet behind my hips, hips hip width apart. My hands right now are on the block to make sure I'm stable. Once you feel good, you can release your hands overhead, palms up. So this is the first part. And for those of us like me, who carry a lot of tension in the lower back, sometimes this is all I want to do. This helps release some of that tension that I just introduced in the forward fold. Now you can increase the feeling in this by extending the leg. So if you exhale, you can extend the right leg down the mat and then the left. But if this increases tension in your lower back, either move the location of the block or don't do it. So let's hold here. Again, in many of these positions, we ask you not to move your head. You want your head in one place looking up, or close your eyes, but don't move the neck from right to left. Let's stay here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. To come out, let's first take our hands to the block for stabilization, then bend both knees and plant the feet behind you. Now, you can do this move with the block either at the lowest, the middle, or the highest position, depending on your body type. Okay, to come out, you lift your hips up and take the block out. Now stay in this position. Another nice counter pose to the many, many forward folds in the seated position part of the series is to simply do those pelvic tilts that we've done. What I like to do is a series of 5. With the 5th one, I lift all the way up into the bridge position. All right, so let's do it together. Hands are by our hips, palms down right now. Okay, inhale, relax. Exhale, contract and tilt. Inhale, relax. Exhale, contract and tilt. Inhale, relax. Exhale, contract and tilt. It's really important that you get that full exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now contract and tilt. Okay, this is the 5th one. So inhale. Exhale, contract tilt, and keep lifting the hips up. As you make room, bring those hands underneath your butt, rolling the shoulders under, lengthening the neck, and think about bringing the sternum in the direction of your head. So we're getting a really nice stretch in the neck, also the back of the shoulders. And we're doing our best to open up the upper chest. Hold here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, as you exhale, first release the shoulders, upper back, then feel the back of the ribs come down, then feel the lower back come down, and at the very end, you release that pelvic tilt. Nice. Okay, we're in a nice position for a spinal twist. It's always a nice way to end your session before savasana. So let's extend the arms out to the sides, palms up. On an exhale, bring the knees over the hips all together. Take a breath in. Exhale, contract, feel that tilt, float the knees up. On your next exhale, knees go right, you look left, and let's hold here. So of course, when you don't have any time limits, then you're on for as long as you can't hold it too long. You want to make sure you equalize it on the other side too. There's a lot of energy points, of course, along our spine. So anytime we do a twist like this, we're energizing and bringing more vitality to those energetic points. Let's hold here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming to the other side all together. Take a breath in. Exhale, contract. Feel that tilt. Rise up to center and continue to the other side. And let's hold here. Another little tip, you may notice that sometimes I'll give you the directions on how to get into a pose, but I'll have to move a block, or I can't do it in tandem with you. Before I join you, I always come to the beginning and enter that pose correctly. And that's really important. So if you have an interruption in your practice for whatever reason, go back to saying, okay, I need to be on my back, my knees nicely floated over my hips, and then I exhale and come into the spinal twist, rather than being halfway on the mat with your head one way, one leg one way, and just assuming the position. Always come to the starting position first. That way you have the correct flow of energy, entering, holding, and leaving the pose. Let's count down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to center. Take a breath in. Exhale, contract. Feel that tilt, float center. Inhale, hands to knees. Exhale, knees to chest. Relax the shoulders, relax that neck, relax the hips. You can let your knees fall open. That's nicer to relax your hips. For me, it is. When my knees are together, I have tension in my lower back. So find what's good for you. For some of you, you can have your knees together and bring your knees to your chest. For others, like me, you may want to open your knees. And then let's bring our hands to the left knee to support it. As we exhale, extend the right leg down the mat and relax the right leg. Exhale, release the left leg all the way down the mat and relax. Inhale, both arms up towards the sky. Bring the palms towards one another. And as you exhale, open the arms out to the mat. Eyes are closed and we're in savasana. And gently coming out of our savasana, let's bring our hands to our belly. One low on the belly, one on the rib cage, and just observe your breath here. Now change that mental focus to movement of the toes and feet, which brings movement to the ankles. And let's flex and extend those knees. And then as you open the knees to the side, the hips come into play. And as we continue to open up the hips, we feel the lower back and abdomen beginning to move. That brings the middle and upper spine into movement. And we can move the fingers, hands, and wrists, the elbows, the shoulders, allowing the head to roll from side to side. And do any movement that feels good to you. And then all together, let's roll onto one side. With the use of your hands as you exhale, sit up. Find that position again. Take your time, go through your steps of alignment and relaxation as you find your steady, stable, seated position. Bring your hands into yoga mudra, close the eyes. Before you leave your practice, do your best to come to a nice place of stillness before you begin the rest of your day. All together, inhale, bring hands to heart center, and sharing the pranava one time. Take a breath in. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Noticing how the vibration and the strength and the stillness of your pranava at the end of the session may be different from when we first began. Just noticing, taking that observation in. And then as you exhale, let's bow down to the teacher within. And inhale, come back up. Slowly open the eyes. You're back into full awareness, ready for the day. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. Have a really good day. See you next week. Ciao.